Brazilians spread it around so brilliantly in the first half against the Germans to go 3 up, and here's Correia. Pallister stays with him, and Pallister does well. Great play there by the Manchester United defender. David. Quick challenging by England, and in no way are the English lads at this moment overawed. They feel they've got an awful lot to prove here, which indeed they have. And here's Wright now. Brought down right on the edge of the box. No free kick. And Albert gets it away, not very far. Good work there again, this time by Batty. Holding him up for just a little bit. But David coming through the middle now for Brazil, picking up Correia. Cousinho. There might be a possibility here. Rise there as well. Good work by Klaus for England. But where was that marking on the far side? That the Brazilian captain, Rai, was right through there. England caught out disastrously. And in fact, the Brazilian really didn't get a strong touch on this one, Rai. And enough for Tim Flowers to get down. Wright crosses in. Dunga got that away. And Ian Wright once more a speculative shot. And finished up as a goal kick to Brazil.
Very unlucky on both occasions. Nearly found Clough with his first cross from this cross here. He just managed to clear it there. And as you say, an instinct. That's when he's better, when he doesn't have to think. When he just pulls the trigger. I mean, he surely can't believe what happened to him the other night against the USA. On another day, they'd probably had 6, wouldn't it?
Dunga. David. Dunga. Come forward again. They look for Correia. He's always there, but this time Walker was nicely positioned for England. Cafu coming through there. And on the far side, well, it was as well for England that Des Walker got in then, because a Brazilian was at the far post, awaiting the formality of a tap-in. Great run here by Cafu, getting the better of Earl Barrett. The drums are really beating out of rhythm here now. But as yet, we haven't found the irresistible Brazilian rhythm on the field. Right going for this one, along with Albert, but it's a free kick to England.
He'll be encouraged, Ian Wright, by the fact that the Brazilian fullbacks push on and leave a little bit of space, or quite a bit of space behind them. And those are areas he loves to run into.
Up comes Pallister again. Platt is in there. Wright is in there. Looks as though Clough might be the one coming across to take it. Graham Taylor on the bench looking now to see whether England can get this vital breakthrough early in the second half. Still 0-0. Clough dipping it in. Knocked back again by Pallister, and then put out eventually by Marcio Santos for another England corner. Lee Sharp will take this one. He's knocked it wide to Sinton. There's Sinton's cross coming in. And England have scored, and it's David Platt. How about that for a substitution? Taffarel is beaten, and England have scored this opening goal.
Yeah, some good quick thinking by Sharp there. Instead of loading the obvious corner in, everybody was expecting, plays the ball back to Sinton. Sinton just flights the ball into the mixer there. Platt doing what he is good, gets good leverage there, gets a decent header on it, but oh, the goalie thinks that one's going wide. Taffarel. But, you know, isn't it about time England had a little bit of luck? I mean, it's a decent header, but I think surprise is the biggest element for Taffarel there.
Right. Marinho. Foul this time by Paul Ince, who claims it was a dive. Referee won't have any of it. The free kick's already taken. Valiers in there now with a great chance for Brazil. And good work by Tim Flowers. Valier throws his eyes to the sky, thought he'd got the equalizer there, and there's still work to be done for England. The ball crossed in again. Jorginho's got a powerful shot on him. Knocks it in this time, and Ince quite comfortably gets it away.
Oh, I think that was great justice for England, and full marks to Tim Flowers. That won't have done his confidence any harm.
David Batty. Oh, he tricked his man well. He tricked Palmer well there. And he got a Craig from Barrett too, but the central defenders were there. Pallister. A corner then for Brazil.
He's having one of those games today, isn't he, Pallister? He's timing his tackles well. He seems to be in the right place at the right time. And he's been a giant for the team.
Rise in there. Careca's in there. Marcio Santos has come up again from the back. And it's gone in there. It's an equalizer for Brazil. And Marcio Santos has made it 1-1. Well, the big defender, I told you, was coming up from the back. In the end, it was quite a simple little header for Marcio Santos. Beyond the despairing dive of Tim Flowers.
I mean, it isn't even a good corner, is it? It's a half-hit one. Pallister doesn't quite get there. And then he sneaks in off the back of Carlton Palmer.
A victory would have been wonderful, of course, but a draw would be also an excellent result for England. Back for England, Marcio Santos.
More to the point, Brian, is the way we've played.
Yeah,
I mean, I think we've played with a fair amount of intelligence against a very good side.
Elton. And that was going to bobble a bit unpleasantly for Flowers, about 4 or 5 yards ahead of him. It just kicked up a little bit, but the Southampton keeper was nicely behind it again. Well, it's been one of those better days today. Let's just hope England can hold on now for these last few minutes. But here's Jorginho for them. For Brazil, Walker did well. Jorginho again. Just bought a little bit of time. Good save by Flowers at the second time as well. That time from the number 20, Palhinha.
But it's been a lovely debut for Flowers, hasn't he? I mean, really, on another day, Palhinha would have played this well wide of him. He's just played it in nice, straight into his midriff.
The full-time whistle, and England have got themselves a draw against Brazil, and a draw they thoroughly deserve, without any question at all, in the heat here of Washington, when David Platt put them ahead, and then Marcio Santos with the equaliser for Brazil.
Graham, you've gone from what you described as your worst day in football to one of your best.
No, it's a very good performance. They've done very, very well. You know yourself, 76, 77 degrees against an excellent side. I mean, we all know, technically very, very equipped. We're not having really the breaks at the moment. Having made the change, we needed Ince not to get a little knock there, and we had to bring him off because we missed him then in the middle of the pitch. And it's those little breaks at the moment that aren't quite going for us.
There'll be a lot of people back home who might be saying after this, hey, we've got a side here after all.
I think we've always had a side.
But you must have been gratified by what they did here today against a world superpower, Graham.
They've played very well. We've looked at it. This is the kind of things that you get in world tournaments, European tournaments. It's that type of football. It's not a September evening at Wembley where you've got to get after the opposition. And it's been great experience. That's one of the reasons that we're in this tournament, and they've done very, very well. I'm very pleased with them.
Well, Tim Flowers, what a start for you.
Absolutely fantastic. I didn't expect to be in the team from the start. I thought I'd be lucky at the beginning to get maybe 15 minutes at the end of a game, but that was a dream come true. And I mean, it was hard. I won't say it wasn't, but I hope I did okay.
David, you didn't think you were going to be in the team at the start either, but you made some impression when you came on.
Yeah, that's right. I think Friday when the gaffer named the side, really, I couldn't guarantee him that I'd be fit. Fortunately enough, it's recuperated in the last couple of days. I was all right to sit on the bench. He's put me on in the second half, and after a couple of minutes, I've managed to get my head to one. It's gone in the top corner.
How important do you think this is as far as restoring the credibility of the English game is concerned?
Well, I don't think it's about restoring credibility. We've got to retain our confidence in ourselves. We've showed today that the American result didn't affect us. I think for 70 minutes we've probably more than held our own against the Brazilians. The last 20 when they've scored, it gets difficult. It's very, very warm out here. They're more suited to it, I think. What we couldn't do, we didn't have the legs maybe and the breath to be able to get out. When we did clear the ball, it was difficult for us to get out, and they kept coming back at us, and they're good players, and they've kept it going. Full credit to them. They've managed to get back into the game, but fortunately enough, we've got a point, and now bring on the Germans. We've got them to play.